know there's lots of conversations out there at the moment about how we can actually extend our life, but how about extending your living? Life's not to survive, life's to live. Now, we are here for a limited time, not a long time, but a good time. Hey, how you doing? This is Steve Sims. Welcome to another episode of The Art of Making Things Happen with me and just me. You see, I was listening to a conversation the other day between a friend of mine, Peter Diamandis, and Elon Musk. Peter Diamandis, for anyone that doesn't know, runs an event called Abundance 360, and it is phenomenal. It's answering the problems that you didn't even know were problems yet. They look so far into the future to be able to make it a better world for everyone. And he's really, really sharp and exceptional at being able to break it down so an eighth grader can understand it. That's a sign of a true genius, and I mean that very much so with Peter. But Peter was having a conversation with Elon Musk, and they were talking about the Neuralink. They were talking about this guy that's paralyzed, that Elon's been able to put a chip in the back of his mind, and they run a program called telepathy, where through his thoughts, he can activate the TV, the PlayStation. There's a great video of this guy actually playing PlayStation with, I think it's his father, just by thoughts of actually directing where his controller could be, because he can't physically hold a controller. And they were talking about how this is actually being able to get your brain to sync with electronics. But then the idea is going to be that it's going to be able to sync with other parts of your body. So anyone that's had any kind of like spinal or any kind of problems like that, that's created this paralysis, this link is going to be able to bypass that, and your legs and arms and everything's going to work. That's brilliant. I love that. But during the conversation, it started to take another turn. Started to talk about how being able to understand where your mind map is and those neurons and those bits in your brain that tell different parts of your body how to work, if he can actually find those and navigate them. And he said quite openly, we're years off it. But notice that years, not decades, not centuries, years off of finding out a way of being able to take your experiences, your viewpoints, your memories, your scars, how you actually relate to things, and be able to upload those. So if we're in a situation like the classic Ray Kurzweil Transcendent Man, if we're able to upload how we actually look at things, how our reactions are, you think about it, pretty much however you dictate to your world is defined by the time you're in your mid-30s. You know, how you look at dogs. If you got bitten as a kid, you hate dogs. If your mum had a cat, you love cats. If you grew up eating apple pie, you love apple pie. You've got all of these presets that are wired into you of how you actually make decisions now by the time you're 35. If you can upload those, then if something happens to your body, the whole concept is that you're going to be able to then download it and you're going to be able to go on again. Now, then the other question comes in, if you can download that, why would you download it into something that's just so fallible as a human body? Basically, as it hits 21, it starts deteriorating, starts to groan and crack. And, whereas I used to jump off of cliffs and bungee jump and do all of this kind of stuff, I rejoice now if I can tie my shoelaces or have a good night's sleep without cracking my neck. The older you get, you notice these things. So now talking about, well, what if you could download it into a body where that's no longer the problem, or maybe a clone of a fitter version of yourself? And Peter openly says, we can all live to 150 now. And he says we can all live to 100. The question is just like, what condition are you going to be in when you hit 100? I'm interrupting this podcast for 35 seconds to give you more value. If you are an ambitious entrepreneur looking for the opportunity in everything you come across, don't just listen to this podcast. Imagine taking part in these conversations every week. Imagine having a new network of creative and disruptive entrepreneurs to support and push you into becoming the person you can be. With this high level and exclusive community, it exists. Head to simsdistillery.com to learn more. Now, I do urge you, he's a really sharp man, subscribe to what he says, but here's where I start to think about it. We love exclusivity. Cars, jewelry, handbags, fashion, whatever it is. If it's exclusive, we want to buy it. But what's more exclusive than you? And quite simply, the fact that we know you ain't going to last. So therefore, I've always had this religion in me, this commitment that every day I'm going to live. Life's not to survive, life's to live. Every day you want to go, did I earn it? Did I enjoy it? We go on thrill rides, we race motorcycles, we get in boxing rings, we do all of these things to challenge our life. We risk injury because it's adrenaline, it's exciting. But what if it doesn't matter anymore? What if you could literally run into a gun battle knowing if you got shot, don't worry, my brain's been uploaded, I'll be in something else tomorrow? Isn't that the point of life that we're missing? Life is not about the time frame. It's not about surviving. It's about the memories, the mistakes, the scars. I've always felt that I want to lay on my deathbed, and they say that your life flashes before you. I want my life to be so chock-a-block of experiences, scars, and smiles that my entire life flashing in front of me takes so long, there's an intermission for popcorn. That's truly what I want. And I've said that saying a million times to my kids. But if you can remove that now, where your mortality is no longer a risk, then what's the point? How many times do we turn around and go, I need to go to Italy. I can't put it off. I'm not getting any younger. But what if getting any younger doesn't matter anymore? You know, you'll go 100 years and you still wouldn't have been to Italy. Or you still wouldn't have taken up that painting, or you still wouldn't have raced motorcycles, or kissed a girl in the rain, or walked down in a storm on the beach. All of these memories on the understanding that we are here for a limited time, not a long time, but a good time. And now we're going to replace that with longevity. This actually concerns me. It absolutely terrifies me. I hope I live long. There's still stuff that I've got to do. There's still tracks that I've got to ride. There's still more hugs I've got to give my wives. I want to see my kids grow up and see what they can get up to and what they can disrupt. So I'm not done yet. But the fact that my mortality is there allows me to respect and smile and feel as though I've earned every breath. Again, life is for living, not surviving. I know there's lots of conversations out there at the moment about how we can actually extend our life, but how about extending your living? It's a tough one. It's going to be an argument for absolutely everyone. I wish you all the best. I want you to disrupt stuff, but I wish you to value the hours you've got. You don't get yesterday back. And even if they attack on another 50 years, if you're not living, doesn't matter what the clock says. This is me. Peace out. Do something with it. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. You know what to do. If you love it, share, subscribe, but more than anything, do something with it. And remember, life's too short to play it safe. So disrupt, connect, and grow. See you next time.